And welcome back to the next lecture. So you saw on the previous one, we just exported this. I'll show you how to export later to get your video off. But right now we just have this. Look how boring that looks. That's a very boring video. So what I want to do is add some B-roll. If I go to, and you've got access to this in the downloads, exactly where you just grab the footage for this, I always have a folder in there called B-roll. If I open that up, inside here are loads of different shots you can use, like this. There's loads of different stuff. Editing, using cameras, more editing shots, people recording. There's loads of B-roll footage you can use. Now I'm not going to use all of this inside this edit, which means you can either copy along exactly what it is I'm doing in here, or you can make up your own, obviously. So we're going to do other things to make this more exciting. We're going to add B-roll, we're going to add text, we're going to make the shot zoom in, zoom out, change the color, etc. First things first, let's get our B-roll down. So as I talk about certain things,
Love editing. Video editing, I just love it. It's the most magical.
So as I'm talking about it, I can just imagine what it is I want to add in there. So in exactly the same way, if you wanted to, I could just drag this on to here. I could either drag them all along and have everything inside here, or I could just drag on the shots I want. If I know I want to use this one, let's drag that in, okay? Let me double click that and I can preview it. There, I'm talking about editing and I do that. So let's play back this.
I love editing.
So right here, I want to put in this shot. Let me just drag that on. That's obviously a very long shot. Now, you'll see what's happened is there is another layer right now. And just like, I always imagine this, and I say it to students, imagine it's like you're layering on paper or tracing paper. Whatever's on the top right now, you're going to see whatever's on top. You're looking down this way. So I see the bottom, and then I see the top. See the bottom, see the top. See the bottom, see the top. So if I'm looking at my video, let's watch it.
Editing. Video editing, I just love it.
Stop. I only want a small amount. I'm going to just drag the end of that and drag it across. Or I click B and I make the blade and I slice it right there. Click A, get it back. Make sure this is highlighted and erase it. And then I'm going to grab myself another shot. I love editing, so let's take the one shot looking behind the person. Then I'm going to take another one that's a close-up of editing in exactly the same way. I'm going to drag this on. I'm going to make it match up here on the edge. I probably only want about this much. Let's just drag that on, and then let's watch the footage. Let's see what this looks like.
I love editing. Video editing, I just love it. It's the most magical part of the production process. Sure.
So I'm going to go along and I'm going to add these shots. You can imagine already what this is going to look like when we add music underneath and sound effects and things. But if I just go along and I add, I'm about to say, sure, I love the filming process. I'll drag this shot in, which is someone filming, this shot in, which is someone filming, this shot, which is someone filming. Let me drag a little bit of this. I'm just going to put that out marker in like we showed before. Grab that and put it on here. I'm going to grab a little bit of this in, out, just drag that onto here. Before I've even seen what this looks like, I'm just going to drag them on, out marker, click that, drag it, and now I'm going to play.
I love coming up with.
Okay, let's put that over the top there. So you saw what I did there is when I drag it and I start to overlap there, it doesn't take away what's underneath it. It makes another layer on top. Let me play.
Ideas.
So if I wanted to then put this, it overlaps that. Boom, it'll make another layer on top of that. Now that gets a little bit messy. So what I like to do is zoom in. And the reason it is doing that is because that finishes there and that finishes there. So let's move that along, finish that one there, finish that one there. Now we're just on the one layer right there. We have two total, much neater. Let's watch this back.
Of editing. Video editing, I just love it. It's the most magical part of the production process. Sure, I love coming up with video ideas. I love going out and filming it. But when
So you can see that that's telling a story now. As I said, I love filming it. Sure, that's great, blah, blah, blah. I showed shots of that. You saw when I clicked on this that this is not the right size. Quite simply, click on it, make sure it's highlighted. Let's grab on the end here and let's zoom that in. And that's it. We're done. We now fit the same screen size. Watch it back one more time.
Video editing, I just love it. It's the most magical part of the production process. Sure, I love coming up with video ideas. I love going out and filming it. But when I come back home,
so I already know I'm telling a story here. When I come back home and I edit, there's a guy looking over the screen right here. Let's play some of that from like in marker, out marker. Grab just that bit, grab that, put it here. Probably want it shorter than that. If I go back on here and I'm going to find another computer shot as if I'm editing. Okay, let's grab this one and let's do this. Let's just grab this little bit like that. Put that on here before I've even seen it. So let's play that.
Come back home, sit down at my desk and my laptop, and I start to edit.
There. So I hadn't even seen that shot. I just pretty much know it's going to work. You are going to play with this in exactly the same way. This is actually a B-roll shot of, I think it's called someone in a call center or something, but it looks like a guy looking over his laptop, and then I've cut to this. It's not the same guy, obviously. With editing, I'm telling a story and I've made it look like it is. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm laying down my B-roll. We can get into other things later. Like I can already tell when I come through here, I probably want this shot to be closer. I want it to be bigger, fill up the frame more. And maybe I want to do the same here. Zoom in, zoom out, have some slow movement on the shots. We'll do that later. But right now, just for this, let's add the B-roll, okay? That's the next task. We're slowly building up a nice edit. We're going to get to zooming things in to nice audio, to sound, to color, effects, transitions, all that other stuff. First things first, go along here just for this 44 seconds or whatever the total is. Add the B-roll that you find inside the downloaded folder here. Add the B-roll over the top. So by the end of it, you're going to have that looks a bit like this. And it tells a story. It won't look amazing yet. Don't worry. It won't look amazing yet. We're going to get there. So drag that on. I'm going to finish up this now. I'm going to add some more B-roll. I'm going to export it. And then the next video, you're going to see what I came up with and where I put it now. Ours won't be exactly the same. If you want to follow along, you can. You can see where I put in these shots. But just go ahead and put in your own B-roll as I'm telling the story about loving editing. And then we'll meet in the next lecture where I'm going to start adding on some text and titles and things before we get even further in and start zooming things out and adding movement, which is my favorite part of the edit, I think. Okay, go and add your B-roll and I'll see you in the next lecture.